Hey y'all, happy holidays. Grayson here and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be making 3 quick and easy no-bake recipes, so let's go ahead and get started. The first one I'm going to make are my chocolate peanut butter oatmeal no-bake cookies. And the ingredients call for old-fashioned oats, sugar, creamy peanut butter, cocoa powder, butter, vanilla, and milk. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, in a large pot, we're going to combine our butter, sugar, milk, and cocoa powder over medium heat until it begins to bubble. Now this recipe moves pretty fast, so that's why I went ahead and measured everything out. Now the recipe calls for a half a cup or 1 stick of butter, half a cup of milk, now I'm using whole milk, 2 cups of sugar, and 1/4 of a cup of cocoa powder. This is unsweetened cocoa powder. We're going to cook this over medium heat until it starts to bubble. Now once this mixture begins to bubble, we're going to set a timer for 60 seconds and we're going to let it continue to boil for 1 minute. After 1 minute, we're going to remove it from the heat immediately. If you do not cook this mixture long enough, the sugar will not dissolve and your cookies will not set up properly. So it's imperative that you could cook this long enough. And you just want to stir it until you begin to see bubbles. Okay, we're beginning to see it move just a little bit. Okay, now it's beginning to bubble. So let's go ahead and set a timer for 60 seconds. And after 60 seconds, we're going to remove this from the heat immediately. It's a little scary. It makes you want to remove this from the heat now. Do not walk away from the stove at this point. Okay, 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it off the heat. We're immediately going to stir our half a cup of creamy peanut butter. Half a cup. Three cups of oats. Now I'm using Quick Oats. And we're going to use 2 teaspoons of vanilla. 1, 2, and go ahead and combine. At this point, the oats are beginning to absorb all of that moisture. It's already smelling good. Now, some people say you can use old-fashioned oats. I prefer the Quick Oats. If you use the old-fashioned oats, you will have a cookie that's more chewy. So I have already gone ahead and I have lined 2 large pans with parchment paper. And here in just a minute, we're going to start scooping these out. I'm also going to drop in a pinch of salt. And working pretty quickly, you just want to go ahead and pop these out. I'm just using a melon ball scoop. So to keep your cookies from looking like little amoebas, you can take a spatula and you can begin to kind of tap the sides of them together And just see how that pulls that in a little neater, a little tighter. Okay, and that's a dozen right there. And then I've just taken a large, like a pizza pan, and lined it. So 2 dozen plus 2 cookies that we got. Up next are the super easy gingerbread truffles. Now this recipe calls for ginger snaps, cream cheese, and semi-sweet chocolate morsels. So let's go ahead and get started. First things first with this recipe, we are going to crush up an entire box of ginger snap cookies. And just like that. And we're gonna add our ginger snaps with 1 block of softened cream cheese. Let's go ahead and put our paddle on. And now we're just gonna go ahead and beat this until well combined. Now that our ginger snaps and cream cheese have been combined, we're gonna go ahead and scoop these out. Now I'm just using a melon ball scooper. I pop them in my hand. I give them a good roll. Perfect size, and just plop it right down on the parchment. That yielded 2.5 dozen, so now we're gonna pop these in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes or so to firm up, and then we're gonna start the next step. The next step is to melt our chocolate so we can dip our truffles. Now I'm using a double boiler method. You can use the microwave if you'd like. I've just always done it this way. And this method has always worked best for me. So in a small saucepan, I have a little touch of water in the bottom. I'm just going to put a mixing bowl, a medium size, right over. Now I never allow the water to touch the bottom. I keep it on low because you don't want your chocolate to get too hot. If it gets too hot, it will seize up on you, which means it will harden over. So I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to let that begin to melt. We're going to pull our truffles out of the refrigerator. Now the reason that I put them in the refrigerator is to firm them up. You don't want them too room temperature because they will begin to fall apart in the hot chocolate. Okay, it looks like our chocolate is pretty much ready to go. Now what I usually do is drop about 3 at a time in. Okay, our gingerbread truffles have been dipped in chocolate and I popped them in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. So now let's go ahead and decorate them. So now we'll just pop these back in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. And now for the third and final no-bake treat. These are graham cracker buckeyes. These are so delicious. If you're a peanut butter lover, you're definitely gonna love these. We're gonna be combining graham crackers and peanut butter and chocolate to make that iconic buckeye, but we're gonna make them in a cookie sandwich form. So let's go ahead and get started. This recipe calls for graham crackers, peanut butter, confectioner's sugar, semi-sweet chocolate chips, vanilla, butter, and peanut butter chips. With these graham cracker buckeyes, you have the same decadence as a traditional buckeye, but with a sweet, crunchy graham cracker base. I've already lined a couple of my cookie sheets with parchment paper, and we're just gonna take our graham crackers. Now, if they come in a sheet form, you just wanna break them in half to where you have squares. So we're just going to line our trays with these squares. These are super quick and easy to make, y'all. We're just going to place these to the side. Next, in a large mixing bowl, we're going to combine our peanut butter, powdered sugar, vanilla, and butter. The recipe calls for 1.5 cups of creamy peanut butter, 1 stick or 1/2 cup of softened butter, to that we're going to add 2 cups of powdered sugar, and that's 2, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And go ahead and mix that until well combined. Now the smoother this consistency is, the smoother it will spread on your graham crackers. Scrape down our bowl. I have mixed this until it is extremely light and fluffy, as you can see, and this will help it spread better on our graham crackers. Okay, next you want to roll the mixture into 1-inch balls and place 1 ball in the center of each graham cracker. So let's go ahead and do that. And now you just want to spread this all the way to the edge. You want to do this very carefully because you don't want to break your graham cracker. Don't leave the edges out, all the way to the edges. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. And now we're just going to place the top over them carefully. You don't want to break them. The next step is to combine 3½ cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips and 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil in a microwave-safe bowl. And we're gonna pop this in the microwave and we're gonna stir it every 30 seconds. Okay, our chocolate's ready. That took 2 minutes and we stirred every 30 seconds. Next, I'm just gonna drop one at a time. We're now gonna pop these in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes so this chocolate can set, and we'll come back and I'll show you the final step. The next step is to melt 1 cup of peanut butter chips. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop mine in a Ziploc baggie. So now I'm gonna use mine just like a piping bag. And just like that, our graham cracker buckeyes. And that's going to do it for today, y'all. Thanks so much for spending time with me while I made these 3 quick and easy no-bake treats. Again, just to recap, I have my peanut butter chocolate oatmeal no-bake cookies, my gingerbread truffles, and the graham cracker buckeyes. Again, thanks for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it and were inspired in some way. And if so, please don't forget to like and subscribe, as it does help me to continue to grow my channel and bring more content like this to you. And as always, thank you for watching Grayson's Kitchen. I'll see you next time.